Alright, now we're on to building the foundation. And normally you start with that first, then the walls, then the roof. But somehow or another I did all this stuff backwards. I wanted to get the walls and the roof up as quickly as possible after I build the floor. That way I wouldn't have to worry about rain or it getting wet or anything. So building the floor is kind of coming last at this point. But what I'm doing right here is popping lines because I'm going to put 2x2 ledgers on the side, if I can call them that. And my floor joist will sit on top of these ledgers. But I take it just a little bit further, I will mark my centers where the floor joists are going. I can't remember what I put these centers on. We'll just say 2 foot. So every 24 inches I put a mark, and that's where I'm going to drive a nail, and my floor joist will sit on top of the nail that's supporting the little ledger. And then there'll be 3 nails coming in from the side to support the floor joist. So it's going to be a good solid foundation for the rest of the building to sit on top of. Alright, where the building's going is already fairly flat. There's that little hill right there going up, but that ain't gonna come into play. Not too much anyhow, or not right now anyways. So I'm just gonna pull off of this fence 5 foot from the back and 5 foot from the side. And that should leave enough room to get around the building with the lawnmower while cutting grass. So once I set this block, it won't move again. This is going to be the cornerstone of the whole project. If you watched the video on building the walls for this thing, I talk about using simple tools to build with, that it doesn't require a whole lot. So I'm just using my hammer right here to dig the dirt out to set the block on. And then I just set the board on top with the level on the board, and when it gets level, I move on to the next one. No need for nothing fancy at all. We don't need transients, we don't need to pull strings and string levels. We're just going to take it one board at a time and get it level as we go. And I think we all learned as kids anyways that one of the best digging tools we had was either spoons out of the kitchen or a good claw hammer. Now I don't need a level to see that that's running uphill. So nailing in the floor joist, I had these boards pre-cut. They were ready to go when I got out there. I cut all these before we left. And right here in the middle where I had to splice the two boards together, you see I'm driving nails in through the side, but I'm also going to drive nails through the front. So that's going to be supported really well so the center won't never try to break apart. Now this board's got a little twist in it. It's kind of shaped more like a drill bit than it is a 2x6. So I'm going to nail this board to it and then stick my leg on the bottom side, and I'm able to twist it and get it back straight. So I'm going to use these little nailers here to put in that one floor joist that's going to go there in the middle. I'm going to put 3 nails into those and then 3 nails in the side of the floor joist itself. That will be plenty stout enough to support that board. You know, you try to think ahead when you're building. I know for this particular floor, it's never going to hold a whole bunch of people or jacuzzis or pool tables or little grand pianos and stuff like that. It's just going to be piled full of junk more than likely, because that's probably what's in everybody else's. So it's not going to have a whole lot of weight ever put on it. So putting those nailers on the side, I believe will work just fine. I have no problem with that. If you do and you decide if you have to do that, then add a kicker in the middle to help support the board. But I didn't in this case. I felt confident that that was going to be good enough. And after I get done putting in all my floor joist, I go around it and check for square. First I did the 6, 8, 10 method. Now I'm going from corner to corner, checking it this way. If you take just a couple extra minutes to check and make sure everything's nice and square, it's going to make the rest of the building project go a lot smoother. I'm talking about not owning a nail gun. Who needs one when you got 2 or 3 kids sitting around the house that can't wait to grab a hammer and get to work? Now I have enjoyed every minute of this, and even letting my children come out here and help me. Years from now they'll look back and say, hey, I helped my dad build that. Well, what they don't know is that we're building memories. And we need to do that as often as we can, because times like this come and go rather quickly. So leaving with that thought, I just want to say thank you so very much for watching here at the house.